Okay, I'm going to do a quick little video. I got a couple chainsaws here. I'm going to replace the presence lever, or sometimes people call it a throttle lock spring. It's in behind here. And this one I already replaced, but for video purposes, I'm going to show you how to remove it and how to replace it. And I just want to mention that I have not, I repeat, I have not found a great video on showing exactly the position of that throttle lock spring. Any case, I'm just going to set the phone down and see if I can do this for you. A bit of a pain, but any case, okay, here we go. So first thing is you don't have to remove the tank assembly off the saw, because it can be done with the saw, and I just had to do some siliconing around the tank vent here. It looks like crap, but anyways, it's going to do the job. So if this tank assembly, trigger assembly, is on the saw, first thing you want to do is remove the pin or the side covers. Some people remove them different way. I just pry them from the middle, and they pop right out. The newer ones, they got better tabs than the older ones, so shouldn't have no problem. In any case, punch the roll pin out. Some are a little bit stiff. This one here is all rusty. I'll polish it up before reinstall, so I've got it out. And any case, on the other side, to remove, you got to remove the presence lever first, or throttle lock lever. And if you look right here on the where it sits on the trigger, right there, you can see just a little tiny notch. So some people will do it different ways. I don't know, I do it this way. So if you pay attention, you'll see what I do here. So I take a little screwdriver and I get in behind, and what I do is I just pry it up a little bit off to the side here. You can see. Oh, right there. Okay, pry it off the side, push the lever down. Okay, and you can see right away it comes off the side of the trigger. Okay, and then I'll pull it out. Some people push it forward and then try and fiddle around, take it off. You can see my spring from this side, but I'm going to flip this over. You'll see the spring where it sits into the, right, see that where it sits, just like that. And you can see the little circle, right? And if you look real close, I'll get a flashlight, you'll see the positioning of the spring just sits right in there, that little shiny piece. So I'm going to remove it, then reinstall it for you guys, okay? So presence lever out of the way, spring is sitting right about like this, you can see, right? It's still attached in the trigger. Okay, so when I remove it, this one here is good, is brand new. So anyways, it's going to go forward, or better yet, I can pry it out here of the trigger. Okay, so it's down here. Okay, it's pried out, right? So again, it's going to be positioned about like this, right? It's going to sit into the trigger. You see a little hole there, right? Sits right about like that. Okay, a little bit tricky getting in because you got to go forward and then you've got to go back, and this sits underneath this back piece just like that. So this is how I do it. I don't know how anybody else does it, but you can see in here some of them you can fit underneath. This one has a bit of a slot, but it's definitely got to go on this side, right? So it sits about like this. I'll get a pair of needle nose and I'll pull it back. It's hard to get it back. You see, that's about as far as you might be able to. I'm one-handing her here. Oh, nope. Right like that. So you can see where it sits into the trigger. Okay, right? right there. See where it sits back a little ways? Right, so that's in position. Now the throttle lock handle, again, it's got to be installed first, just like that. Right, make sure it's in, and you should be able to kind of slip, it kind of slips in like this, hey? And also make sure though that on this side, right, it's sitting right here. You can see the little V, you see the little V there? It's on this side of the trigger, right? So it's going to slip in like this, down and forward. Okay, there. And I got lucky that time because you can see that little V there where it sits onto the trigger. That's where it needs to snap in. Okay, and then my pin, unpolished pin, I'm going to polish it up before I put it in, and you put it in. Okay, and press it in, line it up with a, you know, a little pin or a drill bit or whatever it might be. So that's how you get it in. That's where it sits. Again, that's my way. Maybe there's a better way. I don't know. But once again, I have not found a decent video that shows you exactly where that throttle spring sits. And again, you may find your own method, but this is my method. And we've got to put in a new cable, new throttle cable yet. And that's not too bad to install that, but it's a little bit tricky. On this 394 here, you can see it's on the, where are we, on the carb, and it'll have to attach inside here, goes down, and there's a little bit of a trick. I'll do another video on that one here quickly and show you guys how I do it. But again, you don't have to remove this tank assembly to put that throttle lock or purchase, or what do you call it? Anyways, you don't have to remove the tank to install that spring. Okay, leave your comments, please. Any questions, concerns, I'll do my best. Take care. Cheers. Bye-bye.